Well, welcome back, everyone. It is Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. We're at the part 24. 8 days, man. I started last Sunday at 7 p.m. and here we are, part 24. I started first part on Sunday 8 days ago, part 1, and here we are, part 24. In case you're wondering why it's taking such a long time for me to finish this, and I know you guys, some of you are waiting for me to do a live stream, and I get it, I know. To all my members, live stream is coming back, you know. But the reason I decided to do it like this, it's because I needed to focus on this game. And I said this on my previous video, if I don't focus on something, then I won't experience the game. You know what I mean? And this is type of a game that really requires the focus when you're playing it. If I'm live streaming it, then I'm focusing on you guys. I'm focusing on the chat, and then I obviously can't focus on the story and explore the game and do all these side missions. But also, I took my time. I didn't speed run through it. I know there's some YouTubers out there and they speed run. They edit and cut some scenes and they put stuff together and they make it into 11 hours, right? And you're thinking, oh, in this game it's only 11 hours. No, that's because the YouTuber decided to cut a bunch of stuff out and then edit and put it all together. I didn't do that. I wanted you to really experience what this game has to offer. So maybe when you get to part 18 and you says, all right, I've seen enough, part 18 or part 19, I've seen enough. Okay, that's it. I'm going to go and play this myself. I want to give people a greater, wider scope of what this game can offer, and hopefully I achieved that. I know that these videos are not getting the views right away. That's because the way the YouTube algorithm works, but I think these videos have a life of its own. Even this one, including this one, they have a life of its own. And gosh, God knows I have so many. I have over 8.4 thousand videos, man. That spans across 10 years. It's crazy to think about it. That's how long I've been doing YouTube, 10 years. So that's 8.4 thousand videos. And you multiply all of that and you do the math, and it'll take you another 10 years just to see all those videos. That's how many videos there are. People tell me they're still discovering some videos are being recommended for my channel. That's because of the enormous amount of videos that I have. I think there's another guy that has maybe more videos than me, but that's because he's been doing it since 2008. I think, or 2008. I think that's Dark Side Phil. Dark Side Phil has like over 12,000 videos. We're pretty close, but he has 12,000. But the reason he has 12,000 because he's been doing it since 2008 when he used to live in Connecticut, and then he moved obviously to Seattle, Washington State. I used to watch him. Regardless of all the drama and everything surrounding him, God knows drama surrounds me too as well. I don't care about that stuff. I care about a person's passion for the work and the hard work. I always appreciate the person's hard work. I don't care about the rumors. I don't care about the gossip. Who am I to judge? No one's perfect. No one is, but But according to the internet, you should be perfect. There should be a perfect individual out there. Okay, good luck with that. Yeah, good luck with that. So anyway, let's continue. This is part 24. Hopefully I will finish this game today. Hopefully. I'm hoping. I should, because it's been 8 days, man. 8 days. Here we are, December 15th. All right, so where we are. Okay, so we found this stone. Okay, not a stone. It's the a statue. We found this statue, and I gave it to Annika. Keep in mind, Annika, it's related to Vaz. And Vaz, obviously, it's the German archaeologist that's part of the Nazi Party. And she's also like his girlfriend, kind of. He hired her. And she also used to attend to the Professor Indiana Jones classes in America. She used to be his student. And I don't know how that happened. Maybe through visa or whatever. I mean, I don't know. But she was one of his students. So he went in here to this area and he found her here. So they were working together. You can watch my previous live stream and you will see exactly what happened between Indiana and Annika. So now she has this statue, right? And it took a while to get to the statue, but you can watch the previous part 23. I'm not going to spoil it here. Go watch the part 23. So she grabbed the statue and she's already running out. Like, so that tells me that, you know, that Vaz set her up, that Vaz put her in here to lure Indiana Jones, because he knew the only way that she can get this statue for Vaz is through Indiana Jones. And how do you get to Indiana Jones? Well, he has his weakest points. Well, that's women, right? So his weakest spot is the women. So he used her as a bait to bait, you know, Indiana Jones to get here. So she can get this statue. So that's why she grabbed it. Now she's saying, oh, once we're out of here, we can examine the idol of Yaksha together. So that's the statue. Statue, idol of Yaksha together, right? I don't think so. Oh, Vaz, as soon as they exit, Vaz will be waiting for her and he's going to snatch that. That's what I'm thinking. He will snatch that statue from her. And I don't know what they're going to do with Indiana Jones. They're going to knock him out, leave him there or whatever. Well, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. This is me, you know, thinking, you know, as I'm the writer, if I was writing this game. So I'm just trying to give you some clarification of what's going on. I always feel if you're somebody who's watching the walkthrough, I, as the host, someone who's making these videos and doing the commentary, I feel that I am obligated to tell you at least, the very least, as to what's going on. You know, now, if you don't want the spoilers, you know what to do. Stop the video. Don't watch it. And I know the reason why so many people are now watching these videos because they don't want the spoilers. Because I'm most likely ahead of them in this game. All right, so let's continue.
Sure, kid. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, for sure. We're doing this together. She's always whistling. And look, she's already like gone, dude. She already like... Hold on. Oh, we need to open that door. That's right. I'm sorry. Together. And once we open this door, man, I'm telling you right now, I already have a feeling. Voss and his Nazi goons will be waiting for us on the other side, man. He has a camp nearby. He was already tipped off. Come on. All right, ready?
Here we go.
Here we go.
I don't know about the stones? Maybe if you'd realized my potential, remembered me even, I might have been working for you. Class dismissed, Professor Jones.
What did I tell you? Man, I could be a film director. I could be a writer. I'm telling you, man. I've seen enough movies. I've seen enough movies and read many books. I'm so good, man. And I'm not trying to brag about myself, but I just know when I see character development, when I see where you have to examine the character. You have to see what are the interests of this character. Why is this character here, right? Who is she? A little background, and then listen to conversations. Like when you're listening to conversations between her and Indiana Jones, that tells you everything you need to know. That will raise a bunch of red flags as to what interest she has for being here. And I knew right away that she's Voss's girlfriend. How does she end up here? Yeah, just like that. She comes, waltzing through here and like it's no big deal. That happens because Voss allows it to happen. But anyway, let's continue. All right, I'm going to need my breathing. Do I have it? No, I don't have it. Fun. Oh, there we go. It's right here. I think we can break this, can we? No. I think I already mentioned this like many times before, just how beautiful the graphics are in this game, and also how wonderfully the Xbox Series X version is running this game, dude. Yeah, there's been a couple of bugs, but nothing too serious, nothing like nothing that would make you not want to play this game, but in general, man, the way Xbox Series X is running this game, it really shows me the power that the Xbox Series X has. And it also shows me just how close the consoles have come to PC. This is why I prefer consoles, man, because the consoles have really come a long way, dude. You look at PS5 Pro, you look at Xbox Series X, and you look at the way they're handling these games. The consoles are in par with PC, man. I don't see like the drastic difference, unless you're talking about some super expensive PC rig with a 4090 SLI and some ridiculous CPU with ridiculous memory RAM, with a ridiculous cooling and power supply that it's doing like 8K, but well, we're talking like $10,000, we're talking $12,000, we're talking super expensive beefy PC. But for a console, and how unique the console is, and just how in par with the PC quality the consoles have truly become, there's no question about it, man. I prefer Xbox and PlayStation. I have PCs, and I said this before, and I know PC Master Race don't want to hear this. I don't mind the PC, but I'm like thinking to myself, well, why bother with the PC when you have... For gaming, I use PC for other things. I use it for this, to record this, to make music, to video edit, right? I use it for other purposes. But in terms of gaming, I mean, this is no-brainer. consoles are unique, convenient, easy to access and play these games, and you are in par with PC quality, man. So, PS5 Pro, Xbox Series X. If you have those two consoles, I mean, you're pretty much all set for gaming, in my opinion. Uh-huh. What's that, Annika? What's that, Annika, huh? Something happened to her. It's called Annika. You know what this is called? This is called karma. Instant karma. I love this. I love this. The way they wrote this. Instant karma. And now Voss will think that he has something to do with it. I like this. This is a good lesson to be learned, guys. People ask me, what am I afraid of? I'm afraid of karma, dude. You know, everything else, I'm not. I'm not afraid of no man. I'm not afraid of any creature or animal. I'm not afraid of any entities out there. But I am afraid of karma. What is karma? Karma, it's like, did I do right by people? Did I live a good life? Did I, not screw anybody over? Did I did it right? Do I have a clean slate in my soul, right? So that's why I'm afraid of karma. And I think everyone should be afraid of karma, And we do things out of rage, we do things out of emotions, we do things for other reasons, personal interest, whatever it might be, selfish reasons. But people forget about karma. It's real. Karma, it's real, guys. It doesn't happen right away. Sometimes it takes time, but karma always comes full circle, man, when you least expect it. That's the one. So people ask me, what have I learned? Well, I learned one valuable lesson, and that valuable lesson is karma, dude. You should fear karma, 100%. I mean, it's the best advice I can give anybody who's watching this right now. And I know this is fictional, this is a fictional world, but in general, you should fear karma. It even says over there, a study in fear.
I dropped the idol and reached back to grab it. Guess you reached too far, kid. Should bring this back to Pylan.
There's a journal page too.
Okay.
Annika's research, a sealed tomb, the Yaksha demon slain by warrior hero, the underworld trapped with the idol of Yaksha, curse, never come back. The words I managed to translate from the scroll reinforce my theory that this is so-called demon's tomb. I believe that the superstitious Khmer, likely possessing the idol of Yaksha, killed an unusual large enemy who looked so hideous they thought it was a supernatural being. They must have believed the statue was cursed and capable of attracting evil spirits. So they buried it alongside the demon.
Your ambitions get the better of you.
Yeah, it is kind of sad, but that's karma, guys. You can see the blood. There's the blood over there. I mean, it's unfortunate, but that's the lesson to be learned here. I like that. I like the way they wrote this. It's pretty good. This is why I give this game a 9. It really has a good story, great character developments. Like I said, there's some stuff that I didn't like the combat. I'm not a fan of combat. I already said that. And I wish that there was a third person mode where you can switch between a third person and the first person. The puzzles, I accept the puzzles because that's part of Indiana Jones universe, you know. But other than that, man, this game it's excellent. It's 9 out of 10. I can't give it a 10 because I reserved the 10 for like everything has to impress me, you know. And like I said, not having a third person mode kind of sucks. And the combat in the game it's not that good, you know. If they had a third person mode and a more better combat system in the game, I think I would have easily given this a 10, man, like without a question, you know. But hey, 9, it's still excellent score. 9 out of 10. I think a lot of gaming journalists, gave this game a 9 out of 10. So, all right, we got to find a way out of here. Maybe I can break through something here. So she lost her arm. So she didn't die.
Serve subito assistenza medica. Ezio, portala da un dottore.
Ma Luigi, lei è un dottore.
Non quel tipo di dottore, idiota.
Oh, so she's still alive. She lost her hand. So they're gonna take her to a doctor. Probably one of the finest Nazi doctors out there that can put another prosthetic arm or something. I wish that I could pick up her arm and collect it. But I think that would be too much. Then Indiana Jones would be some kind of a freak, you know. You know what I mean? Alright, I gotta hide. Like I said, I'm not a fan of the combat in this game, but, you know. That's why I give it 9 out of 10.
C'è qualcosa che non torna. Ehi! Non puoi stare qui!
I told you, man, combat, you know.
You let your ambitions get the better of you.
Alla dottoressa Lund serve subito assistenza medica. Ezio, portala dal dottore.
Lei è un dottore.
Quel tipo di... Accidenti, devo ricaricare! Non la scarico! Vai al diavolo! Devo ricaricare!
You all need medical assistance.
Ehi, intruso!
Oh, come on.
Prendi questo! Suonagliele!
I'm really not a fan of the combat in this game.
You let your ambitions get the better of you.
This is why I can't give it a 10. This is why I'm giving it 9. Because man, the combat, it's just so bad, man.
Alla dottoressa Lund serve subito assistenza medica. Ezio, portala dal dottore.
Ma Luigi, lei è un dottore.
ambitions get the better of you.
Alla dottoressa Lund serve subito assistenza medica. Ezio, portala da un dottore.
Ma Luigi, lei è un dottore.
Non quel tipo di dottore, idiota. Cos'è stato?
Here we go.
Cosa che non tu.
And I'm surprised that the combat is not that good in this game, because these guys, they worked on Wolfenstein, you know.
Sei morto, schifoso! Mi prendi? Ah! Non puoi stare qui!
So what's the point of even fighting in this game, dude? Because the combat's so bad.
Your ambitions get the better of you.
Listen, this is why I keep telling people, man, don't even bother fighting these enemies, because you know you saw me just use a rifle, and I shot that guy in the head, and nothing happened. Like, really?
Alla dottoressa Lund serve subito assistenza medica. Ezio, portala da un dottore.
Ma Luigi, lei è un dottore.
Non quel tipo di dottore, idiota. Chissà chi è.
So there's two things, you know, not having a third-person option and the combat in the game. I can't give it a 10. I give it a 9. So now you know why I'm giving it a 9. But I'll talk more about that when I finish the game, you know. And like I said, it's really surprising to me why the combat's so bad, considering that these guys worked in Wolfenstein and other first-person shooter games. And now look at this. I shoot him in the head. Look at this. Nothing happens. How many times do I have to shoot him, man? I mean, come on.
Dovresti prima imparare a contare.
It's ridiculous. I mean,
You let your ambitions get the better of you.
and the reason I'm showing you this, because I want to show you a demo so you can see how terrible the combat is. Like, I shot him in the head, you know, he's still walking around. I shot him again in the head, he's still walking around. I shot him in the arm, he's still working around. And then finally, on the fourth shot, I shot him in the chest, and finally he went down. Which is ridiculous, with a giant-ass rifle, really. So the combat is just, you know, it's just terrible in this game. That's the, honestly, a third-person mode would have been nice for me personally, and I still stand by that. But I would have still given this a 10 out of 10 if the combat was good. But I cannot give this game a 10 because the combat in this game is just so, it's so dumb.
Alla dottoressa Lund serve subito assistenza medica. Ezio, portala da un dottore.
Ma Luigi, lei è un dottore.
Non quel tipo di dottore. Sta accadendo idiota. C'è qualcosa di strano. No, forse non era.
So, what's my advice? I don't even need this rifle, man. Just don't. I don't care. I don't need it. Just sneak around, guys. Don't even bother fighting the enemies, man. Don't even bother. And the reason I say don't even bother because the combat is so bad. Just forget it.
Ehi, Antola!
Look, with a shotgun, he's not going down. Are you kidding me? Point blank with a shotgun? Did you see how stupid that is? Point blank with a shotgun right in the face. This close. I know, nothing. Nothing happens. I mean, it's so stupid. So the combat, man, I just can't digest the combat. I think I think everyone will say the same thing. Like the combat, it is so stupid in this game. Whether you're fighting someone with a fist or whether you're using the firearms, it is so dumb, the combat. And I think everyone will agree on this. And it's surprising because this is coming from developers who worked on the Wolfenstein and other first-person shooter games. How is it possible that you didn't put much of, effort to make combat more balanced and more realistic? Like, oh my God. Anyway, now you know why I can't give it a 10, why I'm giving it a 9. So it's the combat, that's the number one thing. Not having a third person option, that's my own personal thing. So, but I would have let that slide if the combat was balanced. But I can't let it slide because you see how stupid it is. Now, where's my boat? Oh, there it is. Yeah, where is she? And why isn't she waiting for me? She left. I have to call her.
Gina, where are you?
I had to hide from the soldiers. On my way.
I had to hide from the soldiers. Yeah, great. Let me do all the work, right? Let me just do everything. Gina. I feel like... I don't know. I feel like... I hate to use that word, but it's funny if I use it. So I'll just use it because it's funny. I want to bring some comedy. I feel like a gimp. I feel like Gina is the dominatrix and I'm her gimp. Like in a leather suit, And she is wearing, a leather long coat, like a trench coat or something, with a leather boots, and she got a... Well, I do have a whip, but I think she should be using this whip on me. Maybe Indiana Jones is some bondage shit, because I feel like I'm doing majority of the work. I'm doing it here. That's the feeling you get in this game. I'm doing work for her. I'm just doing everything. It's like majority of the work Indy's doing here, and she's just going along for the ride. But also, can you trust her as well? That's the question. Can you trust her as well? I don't know. in this game, you can't trust no one. But yeah, I feel like I'm doing all the work in this game, dude. So I feel like a gimp. All right, let's go to Palin, man.
What was that scream I heard?
That was the sound of someone who bit off more than they could chew.
Oh, sounds painful.
Uh-oh. All right, here we are.
Jones!
Sorry about that.
They were using the explosives to open a way into an ancient tomb.
And? Did they find anything? Oh,
Make sure it's safe.
I will. Thank you, Dr. Jones. By the way, what happened to the blonde-haired lady? My spies saw soldiers rushing her out of the jungle. Missing an arm?
Let's just say she bet on the wrong horse.
Huh. I'm glad you're on our side.
Well, don't you think this belongs to the museum? I think that belongs in the museum, but anyway.
What's this?
To be used for requesting demolition material for the excavation site at Southwestern Camp, the Demon's Tomb. So she requested. Who's this? Requested by Captain Bubici. Prompt approval essential to advance to the project as planned. Excavation team found the secret entrance blocked by massive rock formation that needs to be cleared. Explosive deemed only feasible method to unlock passage to allow continued excavation. All right, we already know this, obviously. Italians working with Nazis, historically this is true because Italians with Mussolini were allied with Hitler and Nazis, and then of course Japanese came in later on. Well, Russia almost could have become, but you see, the mistake that Hitler made was he went after Russia. And I think that was his biggest mistake that he made, going after Russia. I think that was his only mistake, because that really helped, the British and the United States to team up with three superpowers, man. United States, British, and Russian. And it was really difficult for Hitler to fight in all those odds. It was just, even his generals told him, hey, Fuhrer, we cannot, possibly win this, especially even, what was it, what's his name, Rommel, yeah, Rommel. If you watch the movie Patton, if you've seen the movie Patton, George C. Patton, general, was a 4-star general, 3-star general, was a 4-star general. Even he said one of the mistakes that, what Rommel, not Hamel, Rommel talked about. He was stationed in Africa and other places. Rommel, the general, said that should have never attacked Russia. It was a big mistake. But, the Fuhrer was... anybody who studied, him, who studied Hitler history, you can tell that this individual clearly did not listen to his generals. He didn't make smart decisions. He made decisions on impulses, and those impulses obviously, what cost him to lose, and that's why he lost. But it's a good thing that he attacked Russia, because if he hadn't attacked Russia, if the Russia became ally with Germans in Italy and Japan, I think we would be in a different world now. Much, much more evil world. I mean, I study a lot of history. I read a lot. I study about the World War One, World War Two. I study a biography about Adolf Hitler and how he started the Nazi Party. I read about Mussolini. I read about the other guy. What you call it? Stalin. Stalin was not a saint. I mean, he did some terrible things to his people. So I read about the Templars, Knight Templars. I read about the British Empire. I read about the monarchs and Commonwealth. I read about, history in general. And there's a lot you can learn in history. And why do you learn the history? You learn the history so you can learn something from it, so that way it doesn't repeat itself. And what's so interesting, what it's so tragic about history usually repeats itself, and I think we're kind of seeing that right now, how it's repeating itself. Here we are again, in the name of this, in the name of that, all these wars, right? So history always keeps on repeating itself in some way in some shape or form. Sure, technology does advance. Technology has always advanced and will always advance. But if you look at history, it always continuously keep repeating the same mistakes. People always jump for the same. They make the same mistakes that the previous individuals have made, And if you are a scholar of history, you can clearly see that. Like if you thoroughly read the history and study the history, you can see the connections of just how the same old mistakes that were made, eons and eons of times ago are still being made. Maybe it's in our DNA, man. Maybe there's something in our DNA to I think that's really what it is. It's our DNA, and it's just the way we are, man. The way our mentality is as humans, that human DNA is very complex, man. And that's what makes us complex as humans to begin with. The complexity. Is that a good word? Complexity? The complex of a human mind, human brain, human DNA. It's really complex. I'm more interested about learning about us as humans than about going into space, even though that's, important as well, of course. But to me, it's more important, like us as humans, man. Like, how did we evolve to such ways, and how did we manage that all of us, with all these different ethnic backgrounds, how did we manage to all be on this planet, right? And why are we all here on this one planet? There's so many, the missing link, right? The missing link is the greatest question of all time. And to me, that's always going to be that one monolith, enigma, right? The word enigma, that's hard to decode. The monolith, the enigma, as to what happened, the missing link, right? We have some, understandings of Homo sapiens and how Homo sapiens, developed into today's humans. We're talking, what, 700,000 years ago, right? But the missing gap, obviously, 65 million years ago, and then the Ice Age, and then Homo sapiens, and then that missing link. It's I think what majority of scientists and archaeologists, and that's the biggest question of all time. But anyway, you learn every day, study, learn. And I think that's the whole thing about Indiana Jones, is he wants to go out there and travel the world and discover for himself. He is a professor, yes, he learns. But what drives him is the knowledge to know for himself, to see things for himself. Yes, we can all read about it in the books, but at the same time, you want to go there for yourself. You want to see for yourself. It's the curiosity. That's what keeps us going. It's the drive. That is the drive. That's why you wake up. And I think this drive is there for a reason. I had this conversation with somebody not too long ago when I said to someone, what if you knew everything? What if everything was told to you and all the secrets and everything was given to you? So what next? What do you do next? Imagine how boring the life would be. Once you have all the answers, everything's given to you, everything's figured out. So what's next? Right? I think there's a reason why the universe designed this the way it's designed. It's designed so we can keep going. We can keep evolving. It's the drive of curiosity. The drive of curiosity and the unknown. And that's what keeps us moving forward, is the curiosity, the unknown. That's the drive. That drive is what's driving Indiana Jones to discover these artifacts and go through these tombs and learn, right, of the Ark of Covenant and the Holy Cup of Christ and the Last Crusades and Temple of the Doom and Mayan civilization, all of that stuff, right? It's the drive. And now, of course, the Great Circle. This is the drive that keeps Indiana Jones advancing, All right, anyway, so that's just a little TED talk I have to give you guys. I do read a lot. I mean, listen, man, I always learn. People ask me, dude, sure, I know certain things. I know a certain percentage of things. But I'm always learning. I would never claim to say, I know everything. People say they know everything. You don't want to associate yourself with that kind of a person. A person who says, I know everything, you do not want to associate yourself with that person. That's a very narrow-minded, I hate to use the word narcissistic, but that's the kind of like a narcissism that it's easy to be presented to you when a person says they know everything. That's a pure narcissism. No one knows everything. You learn every day. Every day is you learn something new. So as long as you live, you learn stuff, man. That's what I do. Tomorrow I'll learn something else. Next year I'll learn something else. And the year after that I'll keep on learning. Every day. You learn every day till the day you die. All right. So what do we
bring explosives to a dig site?
So what do we do next? But see, also, can you trust her? The bottom line is you can't trust nobody, man. Everybody's using Indiana Jones. You have to keep that in mind. Even Gina, can you trust Gina? We don't know her intentions, what her agenda is. Yes, she was, looking for her sister, and she find out she died. She was frozen on that ship, Himalayas. And we find out she's working for Nazis. But also, what other reasons does she has? Maybe she wants to find the secret of the circle of life. Maybe she's connected to Vatican. We don't know. She could be a Vatican agent working for the Pope or something. We don't know. Okay? That's the thing about Indiana Jones. You can't trust no one. And I think even Steven Spielberg and George Lucas, they talked about this. One of the things about Indiana Jones, the people he surrounded himself with, he can only trust himself, you know. And Marcus, of course, his friend Marcus, sure. But everyone else, forget it, you know. Just you have to just trust yourself, because everybody wants to use him for some reason. If someone's friends with him, that means they have some special interest. They're using him for something, you know.
Lung Sunan.
อินเดียนโจนคุณไปเจอยักษ์ในน้ำมาแล้วใช่ไหม
Tini Tunai.
แผนที่นี้มันเก่ามากแล้วมันยากที่จะบอก เดี๋ยวนะฉันจำมันได้แล้วนี่คือจุดสูงสุดของเขาหลวงนี่มันเป็นแผนที่เก่าของสุโขทัยเมื่อหลายร้อยปีมาแล้วนี่น่าจะเป็นแม่น้ำสายหลักตอนนั้นมันตื้นกว่านี้ซึ่งทำให้ตรงนี้น่าจะเป็นที่ตั้งของวัดมหาธาตุในปัจจุบัน
What Mahatat? Of course. So what do you got?
เป็นยังไงบ้าง
Hey.
พี่กัญญาตามกลุ่มต่อต้านคนหนึ่งออกไปงมหอยกันค่ะ เธอเริ่มกังวลเพราะนึกว่าเขาจมน้ำ แต่จู่ๆเขาก็โผล่พรวดขึ้นมา เธอบอกว่าเขาใช้เครื่องช่วยหายใจอะไรสักอย่าง
I wish that we didn't spend so much time on this. Here's another thing I want to talk about this game. I feel that although I don't mind spending so much time on this map, but I feel in this game you spend too much time on these maps. Instead of maybe traveling more places, I feel they should have included more places around the world for you to travel. I feel there's only like maybe a handful of places you go. Like, okay, we went to Italy, Vatican, we went to Egypt, we went here to Southeast Asia, and a little bit in Himalayas. So there's maybe 4 places we visited. And I feel out of those 4 places, we spend majority of our time in Vatican, we spend majority of our time in Egypt. We didn't spend too much time in Himalayas, which kind of sucks. And then we spent quite a long time here in Southeast Asia. And I feel that developers are kind of like milking it here to save them money on creating different worlds. And it's kind of cheap, you know. And I know I'm sure I'm not the only one that have noticed that. I'm sure you guys will notice that as well. Like that they're kind of going a cheap route. Maybe Todd Howard says, all right, let's just have 4 worlds and let's spend majority of our time in these worlds. And to me, that feels kind of cheap. You know, you've been working on this game for 4 years. And all you're giving us is like 4 different parts of the worlds for us to go. Like I said, Egypt, Vatican, Southeast Asia, and then a little bit of Himalayas. Himalayas is just the ship, and it's you don't spend too much time there, which kind of sucks. So I wouldn't even count the Himalayas as like, you know, as the world. I mean, it is included. What I mean, I wouldn't count it as part of this, the world that you spend time. Because you don't spend too much time in Himalayas. And I felt like, why can't we spend more time in Himalayas? Maybe we can learn about the Yetis. Maybe we can learn about something else. Do some other side missions. Why all of a sudden we're transported here to Southeast Asia? I felt like we could have spent more time in Himalayas. Learn more about their culture and maybe even Yetis and the secrets of Yetis. Maybe some side missions to learn about the Yetis and things like that. I felt they could have added more time. Like, why like Southeast Asia, Italy, and Egypt, those three places in the world, we spend a lot of time. But Himalayas, we only spent brief time there. And once the ship goes down, of course, then we are here. I just felt like they could have added more worlds in Indiana Jones. Again, this is just my, you know, point of view, perspective. This is like a feedback. It's not so much as, because I know some people think I'm being maybe too critical. I'm not being critical. I'm just, giving my feedback. This is more like a feedback. Because like I said, these videos have a life of its own. And I'm using this as a feedback. So when developers in the future are watching this video, which I'm sure they will in the future come across this video, because these videos have a life of its own. If they're watching this, I want them to, to see this, and I want them to have my feedback. And my feedback is, I don't know what the reason is for only spending majority of your time on these three different places. Again, they're all nice. Egypt, nice. Italy, nice. Southeast Asia, nice. But I feel like they're like milking it to extend the longevity of the walkthroughs and gameplay, where you're just spending majority of the time on those three different places. And in Himalayas, you only spend like maybe 40 minutes, and that's it. You're done. It's a very quick mission in Himalayas. So if you're like wondering how much time am I going to spend on Himalayas, you will not spend like that much time on Himalayas, man. And if you look at Tomb Raider, like Tomb Raider is a great example. Like, when you go to a certain place, you actually get to spend a lot of time there. I don't know. To me, like Tomb Raider does it far better, dude. Uncharted and Tomb Raider, they do it far better. When it comes to like archaeology and this is a nice Indiana Jones licensed movie game, but I feel there's certain missed opportunities. It's not a perfect game. Like I said, I'm giving it a 9, but I do have to acknowledge some of these things in the game that I think it should be acknowledged. So that way developers can look at it as a feedback. Maybe even Todd Howard, if he watches this, I don't know if he ever sees this video, for whatever reason, maybe even he can listen to my feedback and like, hey, here's my feedback. This is what I think. You could have explored more worlds. You could have added more characters. You could have, make it more adventurous. But instead, we could have gone to Paris, London. We could have gone to, Siberia. We could have gone to, Peru, Argentina, Antarctica. We could have gone to Iceland. We could have gone to, Scotland. We could have gone to Sweden, so many other places, right? Maybe even Switzerland, Germany, right? Berlin as undercover. Like I'm saying, there's so much here, in my opinion, that could have been used and turned into a really great adventure, a memorable adventure. And I feel Machine Games and Todd Howard, they kind of took this cheap route by only adding these 3 different worlds, because I don't count Himalayas, because Himalayas you only spent maybe 40 minutes in there. Once the ship goes down, that's it. Then you hop on the airplane and you fighting Japanese airplanes, kamikazes, whatever. And then you here. So that only happens for 40 minutes. You don't spend too much time, but you spend majority of your time. So just spoilers warning: majority of your time you spend in Vatican, Italy, Egypt, Giza Plateau, and here Southeast Asia. And I don't know if there's going to be another another place after this. There's probably going to be some ending where you might see a professor, you reunite with Marcus. So anyway, I just, I have to acknowledge these things because, that's the whole purpose of these videos. For me to give you an honest perspective on how I feel about this game. And I'm still giving it a 9, but I have to acknowledge these elephants in the room. They have to be acknowledged. Just because I'm acknowledging some of these elephants in the room and I'm giving you this feedback doesn't mean that I don't like the game. If I didn't like the game, of course, I wouldn't spend 8 days. Part 24, here we are, part 24, 8 days. I wouldn't spend 8 days playing this if that was the case. But I also have to be honest. I have to be frank and candid on how I feel about this game. And I have to acknowledge some of the things that they could have done better. I call them missed opportunities, All right, let's go down. Let's do this.
Did you ask Sunan?
I did, and I believe the stone is in Wat Mahatat.
What?
Mahatat, correct.
Oh, good.
Mahatat. And I'm already kind of getting sick, man, riding this boat in the same areas. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, you get tired of it. You're like, oh, God, really? We're stuck here. It's not even raining. It's always sunny. It's never raining. Where's the rain, man? Where's the change of weather? Like, all of these things, like, dynamic. Like, why can't we have some rain? Why? It's Southeast Asia. They don't have rain anymore? I know there was a little bit of rain, but why can't you add some rain? Why does it always has to be during the daylight? Why can't it be during the evening or during the morning? Why can't we change dynamic weather? Why can't we have a dynamic weather? Why we can't have some rain with a thunder as we're going to search for this, whatever we're searching for next? Like, there's so much missed opportunities here, man, that I feel could have been implemented. But then again, I'm not Todd Howard. I'm not, CEO of Bethesda. I'm not the producer of this game. But if I was a producer of this game, these are the things that I would like talk to my team. I would say, hey, why don't we include this? Don't you think people are getting bored of the same old, looking at the same old clear weather, looking at the same old scenery? Let's mix it up a little bit, though. Let's add some dynamic weather. Let's make it rain. Let's make it more interesting. And I feel this is where the missed opportunity comes in. But, of course, I'm not in charge of this game. So that's my feedback. But I still give it a 9. Okay? Even though I just acknowledged all of these elephants in the room. Okay? I still give it a 9. And we'll talk more about this in detail when I start live streaming. I'll also make a separate video where I'll do a review about this game. And I'll acknowledge all of these positives and negatives, and these missed opportunities that this game could have benefited from. I mean, make no mistake. Make no mistake. This is a great Indiana Jones experience. And you should certainly experience this. All you have to do is pay $19. That's how much it costs for you to get the membership. If you have some of that Christmas money, use some of that Christmas money and purchase the membership of Game Pass. And I don't care how you play it, PC, console, this thing, right? MetaQuest 3. However you choose, Amazon Fire TV, stick, however you choose to play this, man, it's fine by me. But all I'm saying is I still recommend this, It's definitely worth the price of the admission. Because if it wasn't, I wouldn't be playing it this long. But I do have to acknowledge some of these, elephants in the room. And I think that's what makes me different from all the other gaming journalists, right? Like when you watch Xbox Unlocked, everything's perfect. Every game's perfect. Like they can't find any negative flaws. Like when you watch Ryan McCaffrey, do the Unlocked Xbox podcast, every Xbox game is perfect. Indiana Jones, perfect. Stalker 2, it's perfect. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, perfect. Everything is perfect. Perfect. Like that's a one-sided fanboyistic point of view, right? And this is why it's so difficult for me to associate myself with fanboys. Because when you are a fanboy, you only have one like narrow way of looking at things, and you're just looking at it through that one narrow scope like this. Me, I'm looking at it in a full IMAX aspect ratio. I want to see it for what it is, and I'm gonna call it out for what it is, and I'll call it out for what it's not. There is no perfect game. There is no perfect movie. You can always nitpick. But I think it's important to acknowledge these things, because if you're not acknowledging these things, then you're not doing your due diligence as a journalist. What is the point of being a journalist? It's to do your work, to do your homework, to acknowledge the positives and negatives, to acknowledge both sides of the aisle, both sides of the coin. That's what makes a gaming journalist a gaming. Adam Sessler talked about this, and this is why I have a lot of respect for Adam Sessler as a gaming journalist that he was. I mean, he's an old school. He's been in this business for a long time. He understands video games, I think, far better than anybody else. But that's just my opinion, and I give him credit for that. And if you watch his interviews when he was on Revision and other like G4. Tech TV, he always asked these hard-hitting questions about the games, about the game developers. Even the questions that the developers and studios didn't like, he would have asked those questions. But that is your job as a gaming journalist, is to ask those hard, difficult questions. And I think that's what made Adam Sessler such a great gaming journalist, in my opinion. He was one of the best, in my opinion, But, I think he's retired now. He's not doing that. He's just chilling out. I don't blame him, Well, first of all, I think it's difficult for him to be a gaming journalist in today's world, because today's world, it's a different ball game. You can't really say what you want to say. You can't criticize the way you want to criticize. And there's too many barriers, too many boundaries where you can't really ask very important questions to developers and creative directors, right? And I think that's why, he retired, because like, man, I can't do this, with all these limitations that I'm given. Others are doing it just for the sake of money, because they need a job, so they're just, doing what they're told to do. They're following the protocol, right? Xbox, great. Everything's great on Xbox, Or if you're working for PlayStation, everything's great on PlayStation. Like if you look at PlayStation Access, every PlayStation game's great. They're never going to say anything negative about the PlayStation, right? If you look at PlayStation Access from UK. And then you look at, Xbox Unlocked. Everything's great on Xbox. No negatives. Everything's just hunky-dory, right? And to me, that's very narrow-minded. It's just, you're not doing your due diligence as a gaming journalist. What I'm doing here is what gaming journalists should do, and I'm still giving it a 9. But I can still acknowledge missed opportunities. I can still acknowledge some faults with the combat, lack of third-person option. And that's what you're supposed to do as a gaming journalist.
Let's get this over before Boston.
All right. And I have a feeling there will be more puzzles here. Here we go again.
Fighting, haven't you?
Aren't I a popular fella?
So here we are, milking it some more. See, this is what I was talking about, like the milk, milking it, milking it. Here we are again. Let's go explore this tomb again. And I'm sure there will be a bunch of puzzles. We have to go through these puzzles, fight some enemies, maybe fight giants again. So we're going to waste some more time. And that time could have been used for maybe traveling somewhere else. But then again, this goes back to what I was saying. Developers milking it because it cost money to create another world, another place. And Todd Howard obviously wants to save as much money as he can because he obviously wasn't sure if this Indiana Jones will be a success or not a success. So you don't want to gamble too much with what you have. But at the same time, in my opinion, you're also hurting the game because you're just milking those three different places. You're milking the Vatican, Italy. You're milking Egypt, Giza Plateau, and now you're milking here in Southeast Asia. And here we are. We got to go through the same crap again. Do these puzzles. Deja vu, deja vu, deja vu. Anyway. Of course there's going to be fascists around here. And I have to fight him with his stupid combat.
What was this place?
Werk Machatat, Temple of the Great Relic. Founded by the first king of Sukhothai.
What are we looking for, exactly?
I don't know yet. Something that could point us to the stone's location.
I think I see something.
Is that an entrance?
This is it. You found it here. Take a look.
Maybe I should have been an archaeologist.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Here, give me a hand with this, will you? Am I gonna drop it? Yeah, we should probably
Let's go.
talk through this first.
It looks like they're kissing.
You're right. It does, actually.
Yeah.
I think there is something you can attach your whip to up there. But I have to remove the vine first. Can you help me up?
Sure.
Hold steady.
You okay?
I made it.
Okay, can I use my whip now?
It's too dark. Can you throw me a torch? I need to get up there.
All right, here you go.
Hey, can you throw me a torch?
How do I throw you the torch?
I need a
Yeah, but how do I? Oh, there you go.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Look, now you can attach your whip.
That's perfect.
Look how much better.
Come on.
Look how much better it is in a third person, dude. You know, I still, I know I've been preaching about this, but really, not having a third person option, it really, it bothers me, man. And I know you guys are sick and tired of hearing me say this, but really, not giving that option, that's the one question I would ask Todd Howard. If I ever had a chance to talk to Todd, the very first question I would ask Todd Howard: why was this decision made not to give us the option of a third person option? Why was this never considered in the first place? Why wasn't this option ever considered? It's just beyond me as to why they never even considered this option. But this is my, personal thing, because I love the preference of third person. I don't think first person is really necessary here for this type of a game. I talked about Crystal Dynamics and the Tomb Raider. Like, it would never work. To me, Tomb Raider wouldn't be a Tomb Raider if it was forced to be a first person. I still stand by, what I said. You gotta have a third person option, man. Just look how beautiful. You can look at your character, everything. If he had any injuries and scratches and things like that, it's just... this decision that was made to be forced in the first person is just... I disagree. And I know I'm not the only one who actually disagrees with this. But it's just my opinion, I mean... oh my god. Wait. I need a torch. Wait, guys. I need to throw a torch up there. Because, there we go. Because it's too dark. I can't see. And where's the torch? It disappeared? And where did she go? Oh, there she is.
Look at this, Jones.
Oh, there they are. Well, let's go check it out.
This looks different from the rest of the temple.
You're right. This predates the rise of Sukhothai. People who lived here would have built their temple on top of this, concealing it for generations. Maybe we could... Where are you going?
Jones, it's the game.
We're gonna need more people if we're gonna play.
วิญญาณแห่งท้องฟ้าร้องขอเทวดาแห่งแม่น้ำให้คอยช่วยนำทางณใต้น้ำอันมืดมิดชนรุ่นแรกได้ซุกซ่อนไข่มุกศักดิ์สิทธิ์เอาไว้
เราอยากให้คุณช่วยตอนหาไข่มุกศักดิ์สิทธิ์
I know you don't want to provoke the fascists, but this is worth the risk.
Very well, Dr. Jones. What would you like us to do?
I need you to stand on the stone plates on the ground when I tell you. Just follow my lead.
Just tell me where to go, Dr. Jones. I'll help.
Pile in. You go there.
Oh, this is funny.
We are here to help, Dr. Jones. Where do you want me?
Try there instead.
Oh, this.
Take the pearl. Will Boss follow it?
Yes, that's all he wants.
Take it somewhere far away. Never find it.
Hold on.
Where do you want me to go, Dr. Jones?
Go over there.
We're here to help, Dr. Jones.
Maybe,
Right here.
Maybe try there instead.
Can't thank you enough for your help.
Lead Boss away from here. That would be thanks enough.
We'll make him pay for what he's done.
I don't seek revenge. I just need my people to be safe. Just tell me where to go, Dr. Jones. I'll help.
There, go there instead, please.
Oh my god. This will take a while. Like I said, I don't mind the puzzles, but the puzzles in this game are really challenging. Go there, go there. There we go. There it is.
Don't fall and break your leg.
Thanks for that.
We
I'll
want the
rappel down.
angels. What now?
Time to find out if the stone is down there.
Sure about this?
Don't worry. I do this all the time.
Some more puzzles. I assume.
Leeches. Great.
Won't be swimming then.
Still gotta get across though.
What the hell was that? All right, we got it. Oh my God. Oh no. You gotta be kidding me. This is why this game would have worked better in the third-person mode, man. What's going on here? Is there a bug? Are you seeing this? All right. Oh, Jesus. Woo. All right, we made it.
That is a long way down.
Of course. Of course it's a long way down. Of course. All right, and on that note, we are going to end it here on the part 24. It looks like we're still in for this game, man. It's been 8 days, and now we're moving into part 25. Because I already spent 1 hour and a half just on this part 24, and now we're moving into part 25, man. I hope that you guys enjoyed this part 24. Please let me know how you feel about the game. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. Do you agree? Do you disagree with some of the stuff that I said about this game? And I'll see you in a part 25. 8 days, man. It's been 8 days already, and we're still playing this game. So I'll see you guys on the part 25 of this walkthrough of Xbox Series X version. Thank you. Part 25, it's coming up next. Thank you for watching. And happy Sunday. Happy Sunday and happy holidays. I hope everyone's having a good Sunday. And I'll see you guys on the part 25 of this walkthrough on my next video, part 25. Thank you for watching.